Guillermo, thank you for being here today, and thank you also for the speech you had and the explanation about the role of the insurance. From what I understand, tell me if it's correct, we come from decades where the intensive manufacturing, the economical growth, the delocalization of production generate a lot of pollutions, and this is generating climate disaster that impact the family, impact the industry, the communities. So from certain aspect, we have the economical advantages of the pollution side, let's say, that generate a disaster now. And the insurance now could be an actor in reversing this trend, helping the decarbonization in a certain sense from the financial point of view and touching the financial level. Is this correct? And can you explain why?
There are many points of connection between the reinsurance industry and climate, right? The reinsurance industry, its business is to transfer the risks that we experience in as far as climate alters these risks or these changes in climate that we're seeing, the reinsurance industry is affected by it. Reinsurance can play a role in, of course, helping to transfer these risks. It can also play a role to invest in cleaner energies, in cleaner businesses that actually try to mitigate our carbon emissions. It can also try to incentivize the construction of nature-based solutions that at the same time act as a carbon sink and as a risk mitigation device. So there's many roles for the insurance industry to play.
Perfect. And how the technology may help the insurance to play this role?
Well, we need new tools and new solutions because the challenges are so large. For example, we need policies that are more responsive. We need policies that cover more risks, more impacts. So all these technologies that we're seeing, earth monitoring, AI, machine learning, allow us to treat vaster amounts of data that we can use to produce better products for people. And that means that we can transfer more risks more efficiently. That is our goal, right? So I think all these new technologies definitely offer us an opportunity to improve our business practices, to improve our offerings.
Perfect. Do you see, you live in US and in Europe, so you may compare the two geographical area. Do you see differences in terms of application of the technology and the role of the insurance in these two areas?
Yes, I do. The reinsurance business is very global. So you have sometimes companies in Europe that are doing great innovation that do business in the US and vice versa, and in Asia as well. So all the companies all over the world are addressing similar challenges, and there's a lot of collaboration in the reinsurance industry, a lot of crisscrossing of operations. However, it is true that in the US, we're seeing a higher necessity, I would say, for an increased amount of new products that address new challenges. And these are things that I, at least, am not seeing in such a degree here in Europe yet. But, the US, because it's exposed to large impacts from hurricanes, large impacts from earthquakes, severe convective storms, flooding, wildfires, there's so many threats that I think the US is experiencing maybe more innovation at a faster pace than we're seeing typically in Europe, although this may change.
Let me change the page and let's talk about organization. You have a double hat because you are a researcher and inside the academia, and you are also a practitioner on the other side inside a big organization. So it's not always easy to bring the innovation, the methodology that born inside the university into a big organization that has a completely different dynamics. how do you see, what is your experience in doing this job inside your organization, inside?
You're right. It's challenging. Doing new things for companies, especially large companies that have been doing their business for many years very successfully, is hard. It's hard to change processes. So we try to do this at a scale that is digestible by the company, right? So sometimes this implies doing small projects here and there, small collaborations. It requires always that when we pursue research with academic groups, and we're very collaborative, we put in as many hours of work as they do because they need the guidance and we need their knowledge, right? But many times for these projects to be successful, they need a longer term in order for us to understand one another, and a practical component that we or I can sell internally at the company, right? I can say, because of this work, we now can do this process a bit better, or we now can sell this data set that we didn't have before. As long as there is this commercial link with our operations, and then it's easier for me to integrate all this new knowledge and processes inside the company.
It's like to be a sort of startup inside a multinational. It's something like that, correct?
It is. It is like being having a little bit of a startup mentality, being a broker as well inside a reinsurance broker. Yeah. But yeah, that's our role in my group, because we need to make sure that the company can offer our clients a current view of what are the best processes that we can advise for our clients and the best data sets, right?
Let me ask a question from the other side.
Yeah.
What is the role that a structure like a non-profit structure like the Decision Science Alliance may play to help organizations like you in being better, faster in adoption of this type of technology and methodology? Can we have a role?
Well, first of all, let me say and congratulate you for building the Decision Science Alliance, because I think it's a nice platform. Oftentimes you go to this conference and they're maybe overly academic, or maybe some are overly industrial. But I think that DSA is trying to hit a nice balance between these two worlds, right? So it is promising that you're creating this platform for conversation and cross-pollination of ideas, right? So I think ideas like what you suggested this morning, an open platform for simulation, I think that could be very attractive to industry. I think to see examples of how people are applying different techniques to different cases or operations, I think that's useful for us. So I think all the work that you're doing here is going to have certainly some impact in how we see these technologies and how we can apply them.
Perfect. Thank you. We have a lot of work to do together.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Looking forward to it. Thank you. Thank you.